Good morning, students. Welcome to my class. Today we are going to do another activity. Today we are going to review the questionnaires, ¿ok? Como primera parte de la clase quiero felicitarles sus videos de workshop. Do you remember? Ok, utilizamos esos videos para hacer las clases abiertas de inglés, como ustedes ya tenían conocimiento. Quiero felicitarles, realmente mostraron un buen dominio del idioma en cuanto a lo que es pronunciación y creatividad. Hubo muchos videos que tenían buenos contenidos, desarrollaron su creatividad, su imaginación. La verdad me encantó mucho. Les agradezco a ustedes y a sus papás por la colaboración que han tenido, por el apoyo que han mostrado y por el esfuerzo y la dedicación hacia la materia. Como ya sabemos, es un poco más complicado aprender en línea, pero de todas maneras ustedes han sabido cómo conllevar esta problemática de la mejor manera. Sin más que agradecerles, estoy muy contenta con su trabajo y espero que en estas evaluaciones les vaya muy bien. Como les mencionaba, vamos a repasar las preguntas de los cuestionarios de los cuales ustedes van a ser evaluados, ¿ok? Presta atención. Ha llegado la época de exámenes y te deseamos la mejor de las suertes. Sabemos que son circunstancias inusuales, sin precedentes y queremos asegurarte que estamos aquí para ti. Para nosotros este también es un proceso de aprendizaje, de prueba y error, de constante reinvención. Todos tus comentarios nos ayudan a mejorar nuestros sistemas. Por favor, si hayas algún error en la formulación de preguntas o tienes comentarios, dudas sobre las pruebas, te pedimos que comuniques a través del Classroom directamente con él, la profesora, profesor de la materia en cuestión. Él o ella es la persona que te puede ayudar de la mejor manera. Que te vaya muy bien. So, as you know, we are going to review 50 questions. Vamos a revisar las 50 preguntas del cuestionario. Recordamos que tenemos 50 visibles y 50 ocultas, ¿ok? Ambas, tanto las visibles como las ocultas, son de las mismas características, ¿ok? We are going to start with the exercise of the reading. Vamos a empezar con las lecturas, ¿ok? Read the message. What opinions has similar meaning? Okay, in this case we have to find the similar meaning according to the note, okay, according to the message. Tenemos que encontrar la oración que tenga un significado similar a la nota, okay? It says, clothes on sale cannot be returned. Try them on before you buy them. Okay, so the first part is that you have to understand the meaning. Usted tiene que entender el significado. After that, you are going to look for the similar sentence. Después vamos a buscar la opción similar. Okay, according to the reading, the sentence that has a similar meaning is that if you buy something that is too big, you can't bring it back. Okay, so it's important that you recognize the words of the message in order to understand better, okay? The second, hearing comes on between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. and 11 p.m. Please do not try to change these times, okay? So according that, what sentence has a similar meaning? That's right, that is the first. Don't try to turn on the heating between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Okay? So please pay attention to the message. Okay, here we have another reading, okay? I am going to read, les voy a leer, then we are going to answer the question. Después vamos a resolver las preguntas, okay? As you notice here we have some descriptions, okay? We are going to start with Jane. We did lots of team sports at the school, like football, volleyball, and hockey. But I am not very fast or strong, so I couldn't hit or kick a ball hard. Often members of my team laughed at me. And so I stopped playing sports as soon as I could because it upset me. But later I learned that you can get exercise without other people around. Now I sometimes go cycling, swimming and running, but always on my own. Then no one can get mad at me when I am slow. Okay? Laura, I used to do every sport I could when I was at school. I loved the exercise and I also like being a member of a team. We had some great times together. We traveled too much by bus and had parties when we won. Then I was in a terrible car accident 3 years ago and I hurt my leg. I still isn't better. It has made me really unhappy. The only sport I can do is fishing, and that is so boring. But a friend of mine has suggested going sailing. It sounds fun, so I think I will try that. Tia, I don't mind team sports. I am quite good at baseball and cricket, but I prefer doing a sport when there are a lot of people making noise, laughing and telling jokes. That is why I like surfing. It is just me and the sea and a few other people who also like quiet, beautiful places. I think I would enjoy horse riding and skiing too, for the same reason, but those sports are expensive. I already spent a lot traveling to different beaches with my bird. Okay, so that was the descriptions of the people. Okay, we are going to answer. Okay, read the 3 texts about sport experience. For each question, choose the correct answer. Who doesn't have enough money to try sports that she is interested in? So according to the reading, the answer is, that's right, Tia. The number 4. Who is unable to do sports that she enjoyed in the past? Remember to the reading. That's right, that is Laura. Okay? Who made a lot of friends by doing sports? Remember. That's right, that was Laura. Who only enjoys playing a sport with others if they aren't too loud? That's right, that was Tia. Who only enjoys the sports she can do alone? Okay, we already read that. So tell me, that is Janian. Who plans to try a new sport soon? Did you remember? Okay, that was Laura. Okay, so you have to pay attention to the reading in order to answer these questions. Okay, we are going to start with the vocabulary. Okay, this unit will review some adjectives. So in this case, we are going to find the synonym of anyone. Okay, so number 9, vocabulary. Match the adjectives that have a strong similar meaning. Okay, we have to look for the synonym. Tenemos que buscar el sinónimo. Okay, for example, what is the synonym of angry? That's right, that is furious. Okay, match the adjectives that have a stronger similar meaning. Big. That's right, enormous. Match the adjective that have a strong similar meaning. Cold. Okay, that is phrasing. Vocabulary. Match the adjectives that have a strong similar meaning. Frightened. Okay, in this case the synonym is terrified. And the last one, vocabulary, match the adjectives that have strong similar meaning. Rich. Okay, in this case that is the same, we have some options, but the synonym is terrific. Okay, so pay attention, you have to study and you have to remember when do you use each adjective. Okay, usted tiene que estudiar y saber cuándo podemos utilizar cada adjetivo, in which context you are going to use. Okay, so that is all related to the vocabulary. We are going to continue. We are going to review some questions of the grammar. Okay, so pay attention. Choose the correct option. Put the verbs in the correct tense, past perfect or simple past. Okay, here you have to pay attention. Okay, when do you use past simple? That's right, in order to speak a complete action in the past. Para hablar de una acción completada en el pasado, it means an action that start or finish at the past. Una acción que empezó y terminó en el pasado. And when do you use past perfect? ¿Cuándo utilizamos el pasado perfecto? That's right, in order to speak about an action that happens before another action in the past. Lo vamos a utilizar para hablar de una acción que sucedió antes de otra acción en el pasado. Okay? It means in order to use the past perfect, we need two actions. Para utilizar el pasado perfecto vamos a necesitar dos acciones. ¿Por qué? Porque el pasado perfecto se refiere a la acción que sucedió antes de otra acción en pasado. Okay? So in this case, that is like a line time, es tipo una línea de tiempo. Tenemos que identificar cuál es la primera acción que sucedió en el pasado y cuál es la segunda acción del pasado. Okay? So choose the correct option, put the verbs in the correct tense, past perfect or simple past. After Fred to spend his holiday in Italy, he too want to learn Italian. Okay? So here we have to identify the first action. In the past, we are going to use past perfect, and the second action in the past, we are going to use simple past. Okay? So pay attention. Okay? Tell me, what is the first option? Action, sorry. That's right, that is the first action. After Fred had spent his holiday in Italy, he wanted to learn Italian. It means that at the first he went to Italy, then he want to learn Italian. Quiere decir que primero él fue a Italia y después él quiso aprender italiano. Por lo tanto, esta es nuestra primera acción, la que sucedió antes de otra acción en el pasado. Por lo tanto, aquí utilizo past perfect y aquí past simple. Okay. Choose the correct option, put the verbs in the correct tense, past perfect or simple past. After the man to come home, he to feed the cat. Okay, so you have to identify the first and the second action. What is the first? That's right. After the man had come home, he fed the cat. Okay? So that is the first and that is the second. That is the same. Choose the correct option, put the verbs in the correct tense, past perfect or simple past. Jill to found that at work before she to leave her trip. What is the first action? Sorry. That's right, that is it. Jill had found that at work before she left for her trip. Okay? Okay. Susan turned off the radio after she to wash the dishes. What is the first and what is the second action? That's right, that is the second action. It means we are going to use past simple and that is the second. Okay? Susan turned on the radio after she had washed the dishes. Okay? It means primero ella lavó los platos, estaba lavando, después ella encendió la radio. Okay? Choose the correct option. Put the verbs in the correct tense. Past perfect or simple past. When she to arrive the match are ready to start. What is the first and what is the second? That's right, that is the second action and that is the first. So when she arrived, the match had already started. Cuando ella llegó al partido ya había empezado, ¿ok? Es decir, primero empezó el partido, después ella llegó. Ok, so you have to pay attention to the order of the actions. Usted tiene que poner atención en el orden de las acciones, ¿ok? Here we are going to review some connectors. Do you remember? That's right, so pay attention. Choose the correct option using the appropriate connector. I bought a great CD yesterday. I cannot remember the name of it. Okay? So pay attention. In this case, we show the contrast between the two sentences. Okay? So for this reason, we are going to use but. Okay? I bought a great CD yesterday, but I cannot remember the name of it. Okay? That is the contrast of the two sentences. Choose the correct option using the appropriate connector. I heard the doorbell. I went to the door. What do you have to do? When and why? That's right. In this case, we are going to use when. Why? That's right. We are going to use when in order to show a sequence of something. Okay? Vamos a utilizar when porque aquí estamos mostrando una secuencia de algo. Okay? When I heard the doorbell, I went to the door. Okay? That is the sequence of the actions. Choose the correct word option, using the appropriate connector. Jo was washing her hair. I did my homework. Okay? In this case, I am going to use while. Why? Why do you use while? ¿Por qué utilizamos while? That's right. We are going to use while when we are going to show that two things happen in the same moment. Okay? Vamos a utilizar while cuando hablamos de que dos cosas sucedieron al mismo tiempo. Okay? While Jo was washing her hair, I did my homework. Mientras yo estaba haciendo esto, yo hice esto. Okay? That is the, I am showing the two actions in one sentence in the same moment. Okay? And we are going to check the second grammar point. Okay? Choose the correct option about past simple or past continuous. I sit in a cafe when you... Okay. In this case, you have to identify the duration of the action. Okay? Remember, we are going to use past simple in order to speak a concrete action, para hablar de una acción concreta en el pasado. And we are going to use past continuous in order to speak about an action that happened in a period of time. Vamos a utilizar el pasado continuo cuando hablamos de una acción que sucede en un tiempo específico, ¿ok? Una duración de tiempo. It means a progressive action. Una acción continua o una acción progresiva. So you have to identify the context. Aquí solo tenemos que identificar los contextos de cada oración in order to know what kind of tense do you have to use. I sit in a coffee when you call. Okay? So pay attention. What is the progress action? That's right, the first. I was sitting in a coffee when you called. Okay? So remember to the structure. In order to use past continuous, you are going to use the verb to be according to the subject. Okay? Vamos a utilizar el verbo to be de acuerdo al sujeto. In this case, was. And the verb in ing was sitting. And in order to use a sentence in past simple, you only have to change the verb in the past simple form. Okay? I was sitting and you called. Okay? So for this reason, that is the answer. Choose the correct option, past simple or past continuous. Susie watched a film when she heard the noise. Okay? So pay attention. What is the progressive action? That's right. Susie was watching a film when she heard the noise. Okay, so that is the answer. When you arrive at the party, who be there? Okay, so tell me here, what is the progressive action? That's right, in this case we don't have a progressive action. Okay, so we are going to use only past simple. When you arrive at the party, who was there? Okay, in this case we don't have any progressive action. For this reason we are going to use only past simple. And the last one, choose the correct option, past simple or past continuous. Yesterday I go to the library. Next I have a swim. Later I meet Julie for coffee. In this case, according to the context of the sentence, we only are going to use past simple. Okay, so yesterday I went to the library. Next I had a swim. Later I met Julie for coffee. Okay, in this case I am enumerated some actions that happened in the past. Okay, and we are going to continue with the second part of the questionnaire. It says, choose the correct option, true or false. Everyone should consider recycling. Okay, so we are going to start to read and then we are going to choose the correct option. Okay, it says, recycling is very important in our lives because the waste we create is increasing all the time. The rise in population means that there are more people on the planet to create waste. New packaging are being developed, but much of these products contain materials that are now not eco-friendly. New lifestyle change, such as eating fast food, means that we create additional waste that isn't recyclable. Recycling helps to decrease the pollution caused by waste. It reduces the need for raw materials so that the rainforests can be preserved. Huge amounts of energy are used when making products from raw materials. Recycling requires much less energy, which helps to preserve natural resources. We should always remember that making products from raw materials costs much more than if they were made from recycled products. Okay, so what is the question? Everyone should consider recycling. True or false? That's right, that is true. Okay, fast food create more recyclable waste. That is true or false? Okay, that is false. Okay, choose the correct option, true or false. Raw materials are cheap. That is true or false? Correct, that is false. So you have to pay attention to the reading. Okay, you have to read in order to understand. Choose the correct option, true or false. We need more raw material with recycling. Okay, so that is true. Okay, and that was the questions of the related to reading. We are going to continue. Okay, so in order to answer these questions, you have to pay attention to the information of the reading. Okay, we are going to continue. Choose the correct form of the verb in parentheses. Eric will be compete against Michelle in the race. Okay, so here you have to pay attention to the correct word. Okay, in this case that is related to the grammar point. Do you remember what grammar point is it? That's right, that is future continuous. Okay, so here you have to pay attention to the form of the verb. Eric will be comparing against Michelle in the race. Okay, so remember the structure: subject, will, be, and the verb in ing. Okay, so you have to remember that, and you are going to complete the questions. Okay, choose the correct form of the verb in parentheses. He will be study at the library tonight. Okay, so remember the structure. We are going to use studying. Okay, so that is the answer. Choose the correct word form of the verb in parentheses. I will be wait for you when your bus arrives. Okay, so remember the structure. Subject, will, be, and the verb in ing. So I will be waiting for you when your bus arrives. So that is the answer. Choose the correct form of the verb in parentheses. I will be watch Michelle and Eric race. Okay, so remember the verb in ing. I will be watching Michelle and Eric race. Choose the correct form of the verb in parentheses. Michelle will be run a marathon this Saturday. Okay, so remember the form of the verb in ing. Michelle will be running a marathon this Saturday. Okay, we are going to review some questions of the vocabulary. That's right, so pay attention. Choose the word that not correspond. Okay, so pay attention to the structure. Not correspond, la palabra que no corresponde. Okay, environment, pollution, garbage, and rain. Okay, so you have to choose the option that not correspond. Tiene que escoger la palabra, la opción que no corresponda a esta familia. That is rain. Okay, choose the correct word that not correspond. Waste, garbage, reduce, and forest. That is forest. Okay, so you have to pay attention to the meaning and the use of each word. Usted tiene que tener en cuenta el significado y el uso de la palabra en contexto in order to identify the word that not correspond to the family. Okay, we are going to review the second grammar point. Okay, choose the correct option about option making sentence with the words by using the given verbs in future continuous tense. Okay, in the Atlantic Ocean, his boat at the end of summer. Mark and the verb sail. Okay, aquí tengo mi verbo sail. Remember to the structure. Recordemos la estructura del future continuous. Subject, will, be, and the verb in ing. Y el verbo en su forma ing. Okay, so according that, what is the best option? Okay, that is the first. Mark, subject, will, be, the verb in ing, and the complement. Mark will be sailing his boat in the Atlantic Ocean at the end of summer. Okay, so according to the structure, that is the correct option. Okay, choose the correct option making sentence with the words by using the given verbs in future continuous tense. You at work, my double espresso are when, and the verb drink. Okay, so you have to pay attention to the structure. I will be drinking my double espresso when you are at work. Okay, that is the correct because they use the correct structure. Esta es la correcta, ¿por qué? Porque está utilizando la forma correcta de la estructura. Okay, I will drinking. Okay, in this case that is incorrect. Remember the verb to be. I be drinking. That is incorrect. You have to use will. Okay, I will be drinking. That is the same. Choose the correct option making sentence with the words by using the given verbs in future continuous tense. The National Art Museum at this time tomorrow. Mary and visit. Okay, so remember the structure. Subject will be the verb in ing and the complement. Mary will be visiting the National Art Museum at this time tomorrow. Okay, that is the correct because they follow the structure. Esta es la correcta porque es la que sigue la estructura. Choose the correct option, making sentence with the words by using the given verbs in the future continuous tense. The Prime Minister at 3 p.m. tomorrow, the new archaeology museum. Inaugurate. Okay, so we are going to use, that is the subject, the Prime Minister will be inaugurating the new archaeology museum at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, so that sentence follows the structure, so that is the correct. Okay, fill the verbs in the brackets in future progressive. Okay, remember, future continuous and future progressive, that is the same, es lo mismo, pero se les puede llamar de las dos maneras. Okay, but that is the same. Max on the computer when his mother comes home. Okay, so remember, subject we already have. We are going to use the subject will be and the verb in ing. So Max will be playing on the computer when his mother comes home. Okay, so that is the answer. Fill in the verbs in brackets in future progressive. That is the same as future continuous. Remember, this time next week he to South Africa. He will be flying to the South Africa. Okay, so that is the answer. Fill in the verbs in brackets in future progressive. We him tomorrow. We will be meeting him tomorrow. Okay, the correct answer. Put the verbs into the correct form. Future progressive. At night, I watch the news. Remember the structure. At night, I will be watching the news. Okay, so that is the answer. Put the verbs into the correct form. Future progressive. He not play all afternoon. Okay, in this case that is a negative sentence, so remember the structure. Subject will, not, verb to be, and the verb in ing. So he will not be playing all afternoon. Okay, so that is the answer. Unscramble the next sentence and choose the correct option. Will time next week we beach. This be at the sitting. Okay, so in this case you have to understand the parts of the sentence and the meaning. Aquí tenemos que entender las partes de nuestra oración y el significado in order to build a sentence, para construir una oración. This time next week. Okay, this time that is an expression. Okay, next week I am establishing the point of the time. Estoy estableciendo el punto del tiempo. And we are going to start with the sentence. We will be sitting at the beach. Okay, in this case you can identify the correct option. Usted aquí puede puede identificar la opción correcta solo revisando la estructura de nuestro tiempo. Esta es la única que conserva la estructura correcta. We will be sitting. Will at the next, that is incorrect. Will be sitting. Okay, so that is incorrect because you are collocating the verb in another place. And we are going to review the last grammar point. Okay, make the future perfect with the next sentence. I live by 6. Okay, so tell me, when do you use the future perfect tense? That's right, we are going to use the future perfect in order to speak about an action that will finish before another action. Okay, it says I live by 6. Okay, in this case you have to pay attention to the structure. What is the structure of the future perfect? Remember, subject, will, have, and the verb in the past participle. Aquí vamos a utilizar el verbo en su forma pasado participio. Okay, according to that, the structure, the sentence is I will have left by 6. Okay, so that is the only correct option. Okay, make the future perfect with the next sentence. She finished her exams by then, so we can go out for dinner. Okay, so you have to pay attention to the structure. She will have finished her exams by then, so we can go out for dinner. Okay, so the correct option is the first. Will have finished. And we are going to make the future perfect with the next sentence. When we do everything. Okay, so remember the structure of the future perfect in questions. Okay, in this case we are going to use the WH word, when, will, the subject, have, and the verb in past participle. Okay, so the sentence is when will we have done everything. Okay, so the correct option is the first. When will we have done everything? And the last one, make the future perfect with the next sentence. That is the same, there is a question. Okay, so remember the structure. You finish the report by the deadline. Okay, in this case we don't have WH word, no tenemos una pregunta que requiere información, por lo tanto vamos a empezar con la estructura. Will, subject, have, and the verb in the past participle. Okay, so we are going to use will you have finished the report by the deadline. So the correct option is correct, that is the first. Okay, because they follow this, it follows the structure. Okay, esta es la correcta porque esta sigue la estructura mencionada. So remember, today we review 50 questions. Hoy revisamos las 50 preguntas. You have to study, usted tiene que estudiar the grammar points, todos los puntos gramaticales que hemos revisado, porque también tenemos las 50 preguntas ocultas. Okay, if you have any doubt, please tell me. Si usted tiene alguna duda, por favor dígame. I am going to help you. Okay, y yo le voy a ayudar. So thank you, students. That is all for today. Have a nice day. Good luck.